How leaders destroy trust. Trust is the one fundamental thing that determines whether people follow you or not. If your team doesn't trust you, they'll begin to emotionally check out, and it'll be near impossible to achieve the sustainable success that you desire. Today I'm going to share 6 quick ways leaders destroy trust so you can avoid them. Trust is the foundation of any strong and mutually beneficial relationship. Trust is the one aspect of leadership, in my opinion, that is non-negotiable. A must-have characteristic that needs to be in place in order for others to pledge their loyalty and commitment. With trust, anything becomes possible, anything. Teams who trust their leader and each other are more energetic, engaged, and productive. Teams that lack trust are toxic. Relationships are strained, drama is accelerated, and creativity grinds to a halt. Let's consider how leaders lose trust. I'm going to outline 6 ways. First, trust is lost when leaders are inconsistent. See, consistent and appropriate actions increase trust. Inconsistent and inappropriate actions destroy trust. Consider how you act and speak. Is it consistent and appropriate, or is it inconsistent and inappropriate? Whether you realize it or not, leaders at every level are constantly being watched. People observe what you say and what you fail to say. They actively listen to your language and how you share your thoughts and opinions. Do you drive collaboration and fuel growth, or do you divide and undermine others? Both verbal and nonverbal communication is important. When you are consistent and appropriate, you foster trust amongst those you interact with. If not, you'll destroy trust, and fast. Second, trust is lost when leaders lie or tell what they think are half-truths. See, outright lying or telling different stories to different people will almost always be discovered and undermine trust. Likewise, it always signals distrust when a leader withholds information that a person needs to do their job or to make a decision. Good leaders are transparent and forthcoming about issues, concerns, and priorities. Third, leaders lose trust when they micromanage or meddle. Leaders who are constantly asking for updates, status, and progress send their team a signal that they really don't trust them. The same is true when you're constantly asked if they remember to do something or if they're working on something. When you don't demonstrate confidence in your team to complete a task, trust will be damaged. Fourth, leaders destroy trust when they never ask their team for their opinion. This one I love, right? It's been my experience that many team members desperately want to have a voice, but they struggle to determine how to insert themselves or share their thought leadership. Leaders who actually proactively ask for input build trust. Leaders who dictate what to do don't. Solicit input, listen to your team, and let them influence you. The ability to influence a leader is at the heart of feeling trusted. When influence is denied, trust is eroded. Fifth, leaders lose trust when they say one thing and then do another. It only takes one clear instance of this type of deceit to break trust. Some leaders will justify this behavior with a secret reason for doing something. This ulterior motive makes people wonder if they're being used or manipulated. People will eventually discover a hidden agenda. And when they do, trust quickly begins to erode. Keep it simple. Do what you say you're going to do within the time frame you're committed to doing it. This builds trust. Okay, before I share the last and probably the most important way for leaders to destroy trust, I encourage you to hit the like button and drop a comment below. Did you know that every time you do that, you elevate your thought leadership? Why? Because others see you engaging in good content, and they begin to view you as someone that they may need to know. When we collectively surround ourselves with like-minded souls, we build trust amongst each other, and it becomes a hell of a lot easier to get things done. So just simply hit the like button and drop a comment below. Okay. The last and perhaps the most important way that leaders lose trust is when they overreact to mistakes. See, the fear of making a mistake stifles any creativity and inhibits action. No one performs at their best if they're worried about making a mistake. Making a mistake is not the problem. It's what you do afterwards that really counts. Because here's the truth. Everybody makes mistakes, you and me both. The best leaders make sure it's not the mistake their team is worried about, but instead the lesson that they learn from it. Leaders build trust when they encourage their team to courageously experiment. Let me ask you this. What do you do when you or your team makes a mistake? See, some leaders react a lot. How effective do you think that reaction is in getting the desired outcome? Think about this for a second. Think about a leader you've had and how they've overreacted when you made a mistake. How'd you feel? Now consider, conversely, a leader who had your back when you made a mistake. How much more did you learn from that experience? As a leader, you have the power of choice. The only action any one of us controls in any circumstance is if we choose to react or respond to the situation. Your choice affects the outcome one way or the other. See, good leaders give their team the freedom to experiment. This builds trust. Don't let your team's fear of what could happen make nothing happen. The truth of the matter is people learn from taking action, from the mistakes they make, and from the feedback they receive. When I sense my team is hesitating or showing signs of being worried about making a mistake, I usually ask them a simple question. Hey, what's the worst thing that could happen? I mean, seriously, what's the worst thing that could happen? Usually by asking that question that way, they realize that the consequences are not as severe as their monkey mind chatter is trying to lead them to believe. This not only breaks the logjam of indecision, but it builds trust. If you want to learn how to activate this type of leadership with your team, I want to help you. I want to buy you a copy of my book, Freedom to Experiment, How to Ignite a New Level of Energy, Focus, and Momentum in yourself and your team. This book I dedicate to all the growth champions I work with. See, growth champions who have put their trust in me to help them. Do you want to grow the trust of your team in you? If so, follow the link in the description and I'll personally sign a copy for you. Okay, if you like what I shared today, do me a favor. Give it a like, share a comment related to your business, and of course subscribe, because each week I'm sharing content to help you and your team embrace change, focus your efforts, and accelerate results. Remember this, you're just one idea away. We'll talk to you soon.